Alright, so obviously this past weekend there was a lot of talk about Diaz versus Masvidal, right? And obviously Nate Diaz, known as one of the Diaz brothers. But there was not a lot of talk about Nick Diaz, obviously the other Diaz brother. Um, and for good reason, he hasn't fought in almost 4 years. But I think he goes underappreciated, and here's a few reasons why, right? I'm a fan of the Diaz brothers. I think their game plans are stupid going into fights, obviously, with, we're not going to try until the later rounds. But the thing is, Nick, I think his career went unnoticed, per se. I think he is done fighting, but the thing is, I don't know if a lot of people know this. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Prior to his mixed martial arts debut, his girlfriend actually committed suicide. She walked out in front of traffic and she killed herself. So Nick had to go into his debut in the octagon, knowing that he didn't have his love anymore, right? And actually, every day that he trained, he ran to her grave every single day to tell her that he would always become the fighter that she wanted him to be. And I found that out the other day. I didn't know that. I didn't know that myself, but I think that's a really touching story. Um, Obviously, him and Nate also teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to kids in California. I'm not sure if it's Stockton, but just in the state of California, which I think is really cool too. They're teaching, the youngsters how to defend themselves, how to, stuff like that. Obviously, again, people look at MMA records and they think, oh, he's 26-9. He fucking sucks. Wow, 9 losses. That's horrible, right? If people actually went and researched what he had done in his career, obviously he scored a win over the guy I'm about to fight, Robbie Lawler. He knocked him out. Obviously, this was when they were younger, so I don't know how it would go if he fought and involved Robbie Lawler, but nonetheless, it is on the record books stating that he knocked out Robbie Lawler. Also got a win over BJ Penn, who some recognize as the greatest lightweight of all time. And seven of his 9 losses were by decision. All right, so again, I haven't gone back and watched all 7 of his losses. I don't know how one-sided they were. I know his fight with Georges St. Pierre wasn't good, right? I mean, but I do recognize GSP is the greatest of all time. So there's no, there's no harm in losing to GSP, right? If you fight GSP, you're lucky because GSP's retired now. So I'm not gonna blame him for losing to GSP. A lot of people lose to GSP, right? Almost everyone. So that doesn't surprise me. Um, but the thing that I like most about Nick, what I like better about Nick than Nate, Nate gets most of his wins by decision. Okay, most of them. I'm not saying all of them. He gets most of them by decision. With Nick, he has 26 wins in his career, right? Only 5 of them have been by decision. So he's got 21 stoppages in his career. Wait, am I saying that right? Yeah, 21 stoppages in his career. So 26 fights, 5 decisions. The rest of them were by knockout or by submission. I think he had 8 knockout or I'm no, sorry, he had 13 knockouts and I think 8 submissions, which is crazy or something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers, but nonetheless. So I think I don't even know why I just thought of this last night, but I was thinking about the Diaz brothers, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go back and let me research what Nick did for the UFC. Let me see what Nick's done for his career. Let me see who I like better between the Diaz brothers. And for me, it's not even close. I like Nate Diaz a lot, right? I'm a fan of his. His game plan sucks. His strategies are the most retarded I've ever seen in sports. But with Nick, most of his wins by a finish. Um, Obviously, fought guys like GSP, Anderson Silva, held his own against them. Maybe not GSP, but he held his own against Anderson Silva. Recognized as the greatest middleweight of all time, if not the greatest martial artist by some people. Right? Teaches Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in California with his brother Nate. So he's teaching the new generation per se on how to defend themselves. Obviously, the story about his girlfriend is very tragic. So I think we underappreciated what Nick did in his career and just for mixed martial arts in general. Obviously, is he the greatest? You know, is he one of the greatest? No, but his career I think went underappreciated by a lot of people. So that's literally it. That's all I have. But I thought I wanted to remind people. You know, we give a lot of shit on the Diaz brothers, but I think Nick really did a lot for not only for himself but for the whole sport of mixed martial arts. I think the fact that he only got 5 wins by decision out of 26 wins, that's incredible. Obviously, beating guys like Robbie Lawler, BJ Penn, you know, I think it says a lot. Obviously, I think his most recognizable fight is the one with GSP. Very personal heated rivalry, which GSP won. But again, you know, I think that did a lot for the sport of mixed martial arts. You know, I think him and GSP, I don't want to say set the standard, but obviously Nick with the trash talking and calling out GSP, and you know GSP just being GSP. I think Nick did a lot for the sport, and I think he went unappreciated. We should have appreciated him more while he was here. Again, I don't think he's ever gonna fight again, but just a quick little video. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Not too much else about Nick Diaz. Obviously, he has a brother named Nate. If you don't know that, well then you don't watch UFC. But that's it for me. Do I have anything else I want to say? I'm trying to think. If I had to pick a better Diaz brother, it's Nick, 100%. Nate, he goes in and he gets decision wins. He doesn't go for the kill. Nick, he at least tries. You know, Nick tries. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Much appreciated if you watched through this whole video. Sorry for rambling on for so long and saying a lot. I just gotta gather my thoughts every once in a while. So that's gonna be it. I think I might do one more video tonight, to be honest. I love recording these. I think I'm gonna do a video that I did last night with Jorge Masvidal, where I go online and I see if I can get the first win with whoever I pick. I don't know who I'm gonna be though. I'm still trying to figure that out. Who should I be? I'm looking through a list of fighters. I don't know, I was thinking Connor, but Connor's too easy to win with. His power in this game is unfucking believable. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know what you guys think about Nick Diaz. If you haven't seen him fight yet, I suggest watching the fight with Georges St. Pierre. Before you watch the fight, though, do take a look at if they do have a preview video of it. Nick Diaz, his Octagon interview, one of the greatest I've ever seen. Where you at, George? Where you at?